The 1980s were a wild time for movies. Some were great, some were terrible, and some were so bad they became great in their own way. Here are 10 movies from the 80s that are so bad, they're actually good. You have to see them to believe them. Mac and Me. This E.T. ripoff chronicles the wild adventures of a wheelchair-bound boy and a thirsty alien. Mac, short for mysterious alien creature, loves Coca-Cola and Skittles. This movie feels like one long commercial, and McDonald's gets its fair share of screen time too. Ronald McDonald himself even gets a cameo. Howard the Duck. Marvel's first big-screen attempt isn't exactly what you'd call a blockbuster. Howard the Duck follows the titular Howard, an anthropomorphic duck from another planet, who gets sucked to Earth and befriends a rock singer, Beverly. The film is a melange of bizarre elements, including a dark overlord, duck-human romance, and some incredibly cheesy dialogue. The Garbage Pail Kids movie. Based on a popular trading card series, the Garbage Pail Kids movie tries to inject life into the grotesque, mischievous characters it's named after. The plot is as ludicrous as the card series itself, featuring a bullied young boy, Dodger, who befriends 7 magical, garbage-dwelling creatures. Samurai Cop. Okay, we're cheating a bit with this one. Filmed in 1989 but not released until 1991, Samurai Cop is a martial arts flick so terrible it makes The Room look like an Oscar contender. The film follows Joe Marshall, a cop trained by the masters in Japan, who takes on the vicious Yakuza gang in Los Angeles. Its atrocious acting, laughable dialogue, and painfully obvious continuity errors have turned it into a cult classic in the realm of so bad it's good cinema. Gymkata. The film centers around Olympic gymnast Kurt Thomas, who plays an athlete recruited by the U.S. government to compete in a deadly competition. Why? To secure a satellite monitoring site, of course. The movie's absurd premise and hilarious gymnastics-based fight scenes make it oddly entertaining. Troll 2. Technically a 90s film, Troll 2 is a masterpiece of terrible cinema that was crafted with the spirit of the 80s. It's a horror movie that features no trolls, but an abundance of vegetarian goblins. Watch Troll 2 for its hilariously atrocious acting, nonsensical plot, and unforgettable cheesy lines. Xanadu. Xanadu is a disco musical that is as baffling as its plot. The film whisks us into a mystical realm where a Greek muse descends from Mount Olympus to inspire struggling artists to, well, open a roller disco. Partnering with aging musician Gene Kelly in his final film role, they bring Xanadu to life. Leonard Part 6. Before you ask about parts 1 to 5, there aren't any. This comedic spy film is as puzzling as its title, with Bill Cosby as Leonard Parker, a former CIA spy who is dragged out of retirement to save the world from an evil vegetarian who can control animals. Critics were less than thrilled, and the film managed to bag 3 Razzie Awards, including Worst Picture. The Apple. Sci-fi and musicals are not the most obvious combo, and The Apple is living proof of why. Set in the far-off future of 1994, this disco rock musical showcases a world where a nefarious music corporation, BIM, controls the population through catchy tunes and mandatory exercise. Yes, really. Maximum Overdrive. Stephen King's directorial debut is a trip in and of itself. The premise? After a comet passes close to Earth, machines come to life and go on a murderous rampage. At the center of the chaos, a group of people in a truck-stop diner fight for survival. The film features everything from a killer vending machine to a menacing semi-truck with a green goblin face.